press play.
We sit down with Audrey and Meldon Woods in the house they rebuilt to show them footage of Pontchartrain Park after the Katrina flooding. They were joined by their children and grandchildren.
It went that high up.
Oh my God. See, Mel, I didn't dream it was that high.
They are stunned by what they see.
Wow. Wow. That's our house.
For the very first time, they're seeing their own house underwater.
Oh, God.
Wow.
You know, you knew it was high, but we never actually saw it. And to see it, I had no idea. Just knowing. Just knowing how bad it was.
It never goes away.
I think about how close we came to losing our parents. And
I don't see how we're sitting here. I don't see how we're sitting in the same house.
That's our house.
Every child of yours is literally sobbing, and me too, and your grandchildren.
Right.
And you're not crying?
No.
Why not?
Because we made it.
Within a year, 74-year-old Audrey and 81-year-old Meldon were gutting their house.
They had on these white suits with white masks and
Your parents are in their 70s.
yes.
at this point, and they're hauling out pieces of sheetrock. My father with a cane carrying a piece of sheetrock out, and I remember calling Rhea and saying, "Do you know what your parents are doing? They're gutting the house by themselves." I was like, "Okay, we can't anymore. Let's just go ahead on, find someone to gut it."
Our loan closing statement.
A record of the Woods' initial down payment, $465, was one of the few things in the house to survive the flooding. But when it came time to rebuild and refurnish their home, the projected price tag was staggering, over $300,000. The Woods were forced to take out a loan for more than $120,000.
And it's still tough wondering how I'm going to repay that loan, because I know that I won't in my lifetime.
It's a common tale in New Orleans.
Is damnable and criminal. That people who pay premiums for decades, like my parents, were giving no relief in their darkest hour. I mean, that's what insurance is all about, that in your time of need, you will be made whole, and we weren't made whole.
By 2006, still only a third of the residents had found their way back. This compared to middle-class white neighborhoods, where the return rates were at least twice that.
You called it a chocolate city. Some people took great umbrage at that.
I felt that African Americans in this city were getting signals that they weren't welcome back, and I wanted to try and overcome that.
Call it a chocolate city. Black people know what that means.
Oh, they knew. They got the message.